Hi, my name's Madison Wilmouth and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. A novel that I would recommend for others would be Unbroken by Laura Hillenbrand. I really love the book not only because of the rich history that came with it, but Louis' story did truly show the resilience of the human heart and spirit. And learning about the journey that he went through really inspired me when I was having my tough times of my own, and it put things in perspective for me, and it showed me that with strong will and having mind over matter, you can get through anything and accomplish anything. Being a ballet dancer and having a pretty rigorous course load at school, I have to prioritize my time a lot because it's very limited, unfortunately. But I do so by I have an agenda that I use, and each day I'll block out the periods of time, what do I need to do before Friday, each week what I need to do. And then I also have my big whiteboard in my room where I have the whole monthly schedule that I set the dates and times I need to have stuff done by and when I should do what, so I get it done the quickest and to the best of my ability. And I also try to be really efficient with my schoolwork and all the other stuff that I have to do. I take on rehearsals on Saturdays. If I have downtime between doing parts, I'll bring my homework, and on the sides I will do that. So I'm trying to be efficient with my time that I have, and I'm not just going to sit there and waste it. So I want to get it done as quickly as I can so that I'm not stuck procrastinating or waiting right towards the end of the deadline. And I hope I can carry my studying habits and trying to use my time as wisely as I can, and sometimes having to put work in front of friends. Actually, most of the time it ends up like that. But once I get it done, if I get it done early, then that leaves me more available free time in the end, and I'm not panicking about getting stuff done on time. In last January, I tore the part of the soleus muscle in my calf 5 days before YGP, which is an international ballet competition, and I was in an ensemble piece, so a group piece with 5 other girls, and we had been rehearsing for it for about 8 months, very, very intense rehearsing and training for it. And I had pushed myself way too hard right before the competition, and I had been focusing just on what others were wanting from me and not putting my own physical health first. And so that's what caused me to get the injury, and in the end, pushing myself too hard and trying to meet the expectations of those around me did not work out. And it took me a while to finally let go of all the guilt that I had from I thought I had ruined the ensemble piece for the competition, and I thought I'd ruined my own legs, and that I wasn't sure if I'd be able to do the upcoming performance that we're having a few months later, and it was a really big mess. But eventually, through my family and friends and just finding something in myself, I realized that I need to pick myself up by my own bootstraps if I ever really wanted to dance again, full out, and enjoy it. And I needed to dance for myself and not for the other people around me. A time where I've been unsuccessful was, I think, 4 summers ago at a summer intensive, and someone else got the lead role that I was hoping to get. I had worked really hard for it, and I was hoping that all my hard work had paid off and that I would get the lead role, but I didn't. Someone else did. And at the time, I really let it bring me down and kind of tear away at me, really. In class, it was really noticeable that I was sad that I didn't get the part, and I wouldn't try as hard because I thought, oh, what's the point? I'm not gonna be successful anyways because, look, somebody else already got the part. And after about a week and a half-ish into the intensive, I realized that I needed to use it as a motivator instead of something that's gonna bring me down. And if I could go back to that moment, I would make myself realize I need to use it as a positive influence sooner, because if you deal with failure and disappointment like that in the wrong way, obviously it's going to be a failure. But if you take failure and you try to put a positive spin on it and use it the right way, then you can be successful again. Some of my greatest strengths, one of them is honesty. I'm a very honest person, sometimes a little too honest, I could say, which I guess could be a weakness. I'm very straightforward and I don't like to sugarcoat things. But at the same time, that's important because you need to stay true to yourself and not conform to what other people are doing, or, you know, give them false hope or false ideas. Like, you need to be realistic at the same time. I'm also very resilient. I have a very resilient character. I don't let anything get in the way of my goals, and if I set my heart on achieving something, then I'm going to achieve it one way or another, no matter the process to get there. If it's something that I want to accomplish, then I will. And that also goes along with my hardworking and dedicated attitude. I'm dedicated to everything that I do, especially dance. I have been dancing for, I think, 15 years, and I've been through a lot doing ballet, but I haven't let any of it stop me, and I've stuck with the art form because I really do love it. And I am also very caring to others, and I like to put others before myself because it's just as important, like in group work, that other people are doing okay, and it's not just about you, or else the whole overall picture isn't going to turn out how you want it if the group collectively isn't, you know, successful. If a few people here and there aren't feeling good about it or something, then it's not going to work out in the end. So that's why you need to focus not just on yourself, which I know focusing on yourself is important, but it's also necessary to take into consideration other people around you. Some of my weaknesses are I stress out very easily. I don't really relax that much. A lot of things tend to get to me because I'm also a perfectionist, and like I stress about the stress that I know I'm going to have. I just need to figure out how to relax more and just take it day by day, which it's hard for me to do that because I'm so focused on the overall picture and looking at all the million things that I have to do. So I just need to sit down sometimes and, you know, block it out on my schedule and stuff like that in order to manage my stress. I also get bogged down in the details of a lot of things. I tend to focus on little bits and pieces, and if one thing isn't perfect, then I can't move on to the next, which, like, I know when I'm writing like timed essays in class or something, that's what I struggle with. Like, I have to make the opening paragraph absolutely perfect or else I can't go on, and then I eventually don't have time to do the rest of it. So it's just getting over these little perfectionist tendencies is what I struggle to do a lot, but I am going to continue to try and improve those aspects of my character. I also need a lot of sleep. I know this is not really a character, it's just kind of like your body, but my body needs a lot of sleep, unfortunately. I don't get that much, but I get run down kind of easily, which I wish could be better, so hopefully as I grow older and mature more, that will, you know, I can rely on less sleep. In my spare time, when I'm not at the studio dancing or at school studying or at home doing my homework, I love spending time with my friends. They're the people I'm happiest with besides my family. Just making great memories with them. I'm trying to do that as much as I can my senior year. I also love spending time with my family and my little sister Emma. She's 6 years old, so I get to babysit her a lot and go do a lot of fun little girly things and help make her childhood really enjoyable. I also love listening to music, and I have a journal that I write in, like creative writing type of stuff. Not really creative writing, but just more stream of consciousness.